All right, we're back. Huddle Up podcast number 21. As always, got Hayden with me. We got baseball going on right now, so might look up and check scores a couple times here. But we're due for an NFL kind of deep dive. We're through. Are we through 4 weeks or five? We're through five. We're through five. Yep. So
Quarter season.
Yep. I low key I saw that today and I got a little sad. I'm like, damn, this is flying by. It's not good. Football season's different, man. Something different about it. So we got a lot of teams to go over. I think the plan is we might go over one division a little more, but kind of division by division. What surprised us? What's kind of met expectations, and also been lower than expectations for a couple teams as well. So a lot to talk about. Maybe some trade deadline takes. We're kind of getting close, kind of.
Yeah, a couple more weeks.
The NFL trade deadline isn't like the NBA's, obviously, but there's always something, of course. We did see one move today, Flacco to Cincy. That'll be let's start there. Let's start AFC North. That's an interesting one, for obvious reasons. We got the Steelers. Steelers are 3-2 or 4-1. Let me get this out.
4-1.
Oh, 3-1. Did they have a bye?
No, maybe they didn't play this weekend.
That's right, they didn't. Because they had the London game and then a bye. So Steelers are atop the AFC North at 3-1, and then Bengals 2-3, and then Ravens Browns at 1-4. I'll let you start with this one. What do you see with the AFC North?
I mean, I guess start from the bottom up. Browns, it's kind of where everyone projected them to be, especially after they passed on the. I mean, not like any two pick realistically would have helped them, flip the season around like the Texans did a couple years ago. It's just not going to happen. But
Yeah,
it's weird that they traded Flacco. I mean, in division, kind of whatever. It's not like they're trading someone younger. It's not like they're trading Shadur, right, to the Bengals, and it's somebody that can grow. Like Flacco's at the end of his career.
yeah.
I'm sure that they'll win more games with Flacco than they will with Browning, or would with Browning. But I mean, the team is still, they can't run the ball. The defense is like, I don't know. They just commit to being bad. I'm not going to trash them for paying two wide receivers. I think that's been done enough. Obviously,
Yeah,
the surprising.
I think we went over that in the off season for sure.
Yeah, that was just, I don't know, mismanagement. I will say that Trey Hendrickson could potentially net them a decent return if they were to trade him at the deadline. And once we get to the team that I think that will trade for him, I'll bring him back up. Ravens obviously look terrible. The defense is miserable. And their non-commitment to running the ball, which is insane. I think we talked about it the last episode. That's insane that they run the ball the least amount on first and second down, and you're not going to win if your two best players aren't running the ball, which they're arguably... I mean, that's the best backfield, I think, in the NFL history, between quarterback and running back, so it's just kind of befuddling. They traded that pass rusher to the Chargers today, who had a decent year last year, but
it's interesting. That move was interesting to me because like the Ravens defense has just not been good. So like therefore like not to I'm very like team focused. Like
yeah.
I just haven't seen him pop like really at all.
You're
Like
talking
I don't
about
know.
the Owe guy that they traded?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a byproduct of other guys on the team. I think I saw that Matabike was injured for the whole year, which is a big blow because he's their best D lineman. And then, I mean, at all three levels, Matabike is injured, Roquan's injured, Hamilton's injured. Like, you can't win games with your three best defenders out, especially three, like, all-pro level defenders. I don't know. I saw someone theorize that Hamilton's going to be out a while because they got Alohi Gilman back in the trade for the Ravens pass rusher, which
That's rough.
is maybe
That
interesting.
might be more impactful than Roquan, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's interesting too because I mean, he's young. He just signed that contract, so that's definitely a big blow. I think what's plagued the Ravens, I mean, outside of their defense, because I think that's been the number one problem, but not having guys on the outside that are reliable pass catchers, I think, has kind of haunted them. And we talked, maybe I brought it up in the last episode, but
Yeah.
just disappointing roster management, I think. And even their O line has been bad this year, which has surprised me because usually it's a top at least like 12 unit year to year. They need to fire Harbaugh. I don't think either Harbaugh coach is, I think they're both overrated. I knew that the Chargers Harbaugh, I think that's Jim.
Yeah, Jim. Yep.
Jim,
So
he's
John's
been over.
Ravens, Jim's, yeah.
Yeah, he's been overrated. It's just side
Wait,
tangent.
Jim. I'm sorry. Hold on. Just to clarify, Jim is overrated or John's overrated?
Both.
Or both?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the dude who's on the Chargers now, and we'll get to the Chargers. I'll wait on that. But the Ravens,
Yeah.
the Ravens should have kept Mike McDonald. I think the writing was on the wall, and it seems to be like they're losing the locker room. The coaching is. It just seems like I saw a Twitter screenshot, and it was like 15 second half collapses under John Harbaugh, and it's like at some point you have to ask yourself: is it the players that are cycling through the team, or is it a coaching issue? And you kind of have to lean coaching. I'm not even going to touch on the Steelers because they're going to get smoked if they do make the playoffs. Like it's just it's a waste of a playoff spot until they blow it up.
I'm puzzled with the Steelers because, not to completely cut you off, but
No.
we're going to talk about them a little bit, and then I'll get back to the Ravens. But I kind of think they're not super interesting, like contender interesting, but like the AFC feels very open right now. We'll get to Buffalo later. I'm not a Buffalo, complete hater. They're obviously a good team. So are the Chiefs, but clearly there's some vulnerability. The top of the AFC between Buffalo, KC, and Baltimore is pretty vulnerable right now. There's a lot of room for that, but like, could the Steelers sneak something with Rodgers and the way they're looking? I mean, I have questions about the defense, but I mean, they're 3-1. They surprised me in that London game. That was the one that I kind of had to go, okay, maybe there's something here. I mean, it's possible. I'm not buying Steelers stock right now, but I'm not sold on the take that like they're just going to be bad in the playoffs. Is that fair?
I don't know. If you go off of track record, I think it's. I mean, every playoff I think they've made in the last few years has been a first round exit. I think the last Steelers playoff one was against. I want to say the Bengals when AB got murdered on live TV.
I think that seems right. Yeah.
Right? Because I remember they beat when I was in 8th grade. I think they beat the Dolphins when Matt Moore was the starting quarterback, and I think it was Bud Dupree killed him.
Wow, that's insane ball knowledge. I do not remember that game.
I just remember the quarterback got leveled by Bud Dupree. It was maybe his first or second year, so 15, 16. They've been muddling around for the last decade trying to chase glory days, and I mean, more power to them. I know that you've brought up the playoffs versus tanking thing. Like, would you rather see your team make the playoffs and get bounced in the first 2 rounds or tank? I think Steelers fans are ready for them to tank. I'm not tapped in with Pittsburgh.
I think this is the one exception to my rule because it's really rare for a team to be mid's negative, right? But they've been middle of the pack average, barely making the playoffs and losing for 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's usually okay, I would rather have my team be average for 3 years, make the playoffs, we're interesting, and then we kind of reset and tank if it's not working out. But it's probably time for a reset, probably.
Yeah. But I mean, interesting season.
Interesting this year. I mean, I don't know.
We'll
know. See. I still think the Ravens, I wanted to circle back to them. I think I was watching First Things First, you know, the YouTube clips and stuff. I watch them while I'm working, and like they do have a really easy end to the year. Besides Green Bay, like they've got a bunch of divisional games. The Ravens do. Even if they lose to the Rams this week or next week, I can't remember which week that is.
Yeah, this one.
This one. I'm just not like they could still, with Lamar back, and if they get guys back, like maybe they're able to pull it off and make the playoffs. But like even then, like I think they're still my pick to win the division, which is wild.
Even if they lose this week at 1-4, I mean, if the Steelers lose this week and they're 3-2, I think it's very likely. And the Ravens might steal. I mean, you know, I'm a fan of the Rams, but I just watched the Rams get dog walked on Thursday night in person. So
Yeah.
anything,
I can't argue with that. I really can't.
anything's possible. And they're starting Huntley apparently this week. So Huntley almost beat him the year the Rams won the Super Bowl in Baltimore, week 14 or something. So I'm not taking Pro Bowl Tyler Huntley lightly whatsoever.
Yeah. I just think what you hit on it, but like the O-line problem, that is what, because I watched
egregious.
the Texans-Ravens game, of course. I know the Texans defense very well. It's statistically top
Two.
1 defense right now.
Yeah. Top 2, not 2.
Yeah, but like, man, Texans have been vulnerable against the run for years, man, and Derrick Henry could do nothing. Absolutely. My analysis into the game was like they're going to feed Derrick Henry 30 times, and like he's going to have 150, and if the Texans can outscore him, great. But like that felt like a given to me. It really did, and he ended with like 35 yards. I think
Maybe. I think it was like 29
10 or 11 carries. I mean, it was ugly. That was glaring. The O-line issue is glaring for the Ravens. When you don't have a mobile quarterback, the O-line issue goes up.
And the worst part is that I'm pretty sure it's the exact same O-line from last year that was pretty good. So you just wonder where the drop-off is. Because, I mean, is it Linderbaum's the center? They have Stanley, I'm pretty sure. The guy, Falele, I don't know how to say his name. He's the guard. Like, they have dogs on the O-line.
Yeah.
But they can't block they couldn't even block a spam caller. They just straight are terrible.
Yeah.
It's like the Colts that one year when the Colts had a really good O-line and then it disappeared and then it just magically like came back the next. It's like, it's just weird how that all shapes out. But
I feel like it's like a morale thing. Like they're just not motivated. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Maybe they lost their coach in the offseason, but I don't recall hearing anything about a change in coaching personnel with the Ravens. So
yeah, I think they're just very flat right now. They need like a
spark.
They need something. Yeah. If they get a spark, it's scary. Like I'm kind of off my Super Bowl pick with them because they just look too bad for me to back them. Like I'll write it off. But if they get the spark back, I mean, we've talked about their roster. I mean, it's legit. If they get guys back healthy, like there's a chance for greatness. But it's rough. It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
Browns have been what we thought, although that defense is different, man. That defense is nice. They're motivated to play defense. So, and then, Bengals are just the Bengals. So that's kind of the AFC North in a nutshell. We'll go north, south, east, west. So AFC South, I think I can do it off the top of my head. I mean, Colts are 4-1, Jags 4-1 as well, Texans 2-3, Titans 1-4. So, this division's interesting. I mean, I saw a post on IG that was like, is the AFC South back? Are they legit with the Jags win obviously last night? I mean, it's the Jags and the Colts look undeniably good right now. I mean, again, it's hard for me to say like they're contenders, but like I don't think they are. But what we've seen would make you think so, to a point. I mean, especially with the Colts, really. I mean, they've just been. I mean, that Broncos win looks really good right now. They've had blowout wins, competed with the Rams, who we both
They should
agree
have
when
won.
healthy are a Super Bowl contender. Um, and what was
Colts
their
should be
other?
5-0.
What was their other game that I'm missing? Beat Broncos. What was
Then
their?
they beat the shit out of the Dolphins, right?
Yeah, Dolphins, Raiders, beat Broncos.
Lost to the
Um,
Ravens. Oh,
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 Titans. They played the Titans, didn't they?
yeah, they smoked them in Tennessee.
Yeah.
I
So, I mean, there's something there. I think the Colts. I think the Colts are my pick. I've talked like highly about the Colts for a couple of years now. They've got pieces. They just needed good quarterback play, and as sad as it is to see like AR kind of be on the out, they got their quarterback play. So they're legit. That's not a team I want to play. Absolutely not. I do think the Texans still have a shot to win the division. I think getting a little offensive mojo back the last 2 weeks, bearing against the Titans and the Ravens defenses. It doesn't say a ton, but like carry that momentum into a couple tough games. I think the Texans have a shot if they can win the next Jags game, and they probably have to sweep the Colts at this point, but you never know. You never know in the NFL what can happen. So um, I don't know if I have any more thoughts there, really. It's a pretty. You have anything?
I still think the Texans win the division. It's and maybe I'm just biased because I've spent probably I don't know, out of every team besides the Rams, I feel like they're. I mean, you pay attention to lots of division rivals, but outside of the whole scope of that, I pay attention to the Texans. I'd like to say a decent amount, and
Yeah.
I just don't. I mean, the Jaguars last night they beat the Chiefs, but reality is the Chiefs kind of beat themselves with a bad pick six and then the bad 2 minute drill to end the game. Like that, I don't think that happens in the playoffs if it's the same situation. I mean, maybe the Chiefs just turned a page, but I don't see that being the Chiefs. And granted, the Jaguars, they beat the Niners, but I think they won by 4 or 5 maybe, and the Niners had 4 turnovers and they couldn't pull away. I'm just not super bought into the Jaguars. I am more bought into the Colts because I saw it, I guess, firsthand
Oh my
playing.
God. One little interruption. Judge
Yankees.
just hit a 3-run homer to tie the game.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna
Yeah.
put that on in the background. Sorry, Jackson. I don't know. I'm just not sold. I do think the Colts are more. Oh, here you get a little audio of that. I do think the Colts are built better. That's actually Judge's first signature postseason hit. Okay,
Yes.
back to the
Wild.
podcast. I do think the Colts are better equipped than I think that they'll beat the shit out of the Jaguars if when they do play them. I think
The
that they have a
culture of
strong
the
enough.
Texans. Sorry.
I think the
Who
Colts
would
will
be?
beat the shit out of the Jags.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I just think that the Colts have a better O line. I like their receiving core. Tyler Warren's a monster. Jonathan Taylor's the best running back in the league this year. Danny Dimes does enough. And the defense is good. I'm not 100% sold on them. Latu, I will say, is a demon. Shout out UCLA legend
Yep.
Latu. I don't know. They have good pieces, but I fully expect the Texans. I mean, the Texans' defense is such a nullifier.
It's different.
If they had literally two more, if they had 2 more offensive linemen on the interior, like just average offensive linemen, I think they'd be skunking teams. Like I think once Higgins and Noel, I think the Ravens game was good because Noel finally got a touchdown. I think incorporating them more is going to be a
Yeah.
lot. I think it's going to be important down the stretch, and they still have Kirk as their 4, if you want to call Noel the 3, right? So
Yeah. I don't
I mean,
even
they
know. I think they want Kirk as the 3.
it
I
makes
don't
sense.
know. Yeah, they're kind of rotating it a little bit. I mean, that was also just like Like, I love that game. It was amazing on so many levels. It was much needed. Um, the Ravens have owned the Texans, really. It's been one of those just inevitable things. That was part of my belief going into that game, why I picked the Ravens. But so to see him just like blast them in Baltimore was just, I think it's
Satisfying.
huge morale. Like, that's my point. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, the offensive is fixed, the O line's fixed. But to have them clicking, have Stroud have a 4 TD game, I think it just gets the team hype. They're now on a bye. Like, I think there's a chance they really turn the season around. So I'm with you there. I'm more bought in than I was after 0-3. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean, they have the first place schedule out of that division, so they obviously have some harder games, but I don't know. I mean, they have a good running back duo. I think Stroud, if he can take or if he can get into rhythm, I think that would be pretty dangerous, especially if he reverts back to 2023 Stroud when he's just, I mean, not missing guys. Like he was a different quarterback then. I think we can both agree. Like he was hitting. I just think he was playing better ball overall his rookie year. But I still expect them to win the division. I hope them and the Ravens do pull it out, obviously for my parlay, but also because I think they're both good teams, good quality teams. And I would hate for the Jaguars or the Colts. I mean, maybe the Colts are a better playoff team in the sense that, I mean, good defense, good run game, kind of game managery. I mean, they kind of sound like the Eagles.
Yeah, for sure.
But the one AFC South thing that I was going to mention is I don't think the Titans will do it. But if Jeffrey Simmons is available, there's going to be a lot of teams wanting to call, and that's a game-changing player. And the same team I think that's interested in Hendrickson, I think will be interested in Simmons, and I'll bring that up when we get to them. But I think I think the deadline could shift with more players defensively. I want to say I think teams are looking for more juice defensively, but I guess we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting division. It's I mean, I could see any of those three teams winning it at this point. Yeah, the Texans are not done as I thought they were, so we have some life.
Yeah.
Let's
Are we doing
go. Let's go AFC East just to keep it
East?
moving.
Yeah,
This
I
this
think
could be probably a shorter one, but
I got
Patriots.
you. Yeah, I mean the Bills are still going to win the division. Patriots, I will eat my take. I think I called you predicting them to make the postseason a little courageous. I think so far through 5 weeks that's looked pretty good. Drake May is all you really need to say, and it'll be scary once he gets an offense around him. And
Yeah,
then the
I mean Josh McDaniels, man, it's just he did it with Mac Jones. He's back. They got Diggs looked really good
Prime.
against Buffalo. My goodness, that was vintage.
Yeah. And that's the one thing too is that the Bills defense, I mean they've just in the years that they've been contending with the Chiefs, I don't think that they've made a serious splash signing on defense or a splash trade on defense. And I get that it's the Josh Allen show, but I mean James Cook gets shut down and then coincidentally Josh Allen can't get his game off. Like it's interesting to think about. I think that they're predicated on the run, and if they can't get the run game going, I've never thought Josh Allen was the best player in football. I still think it's Mahomes or Lamar.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. I mean, maybe the Patriots even steal the division depending on what the rest of the season looks like. But, I mean, the Jets, dumpster fire, Dolphins, Mike McDaniels. Is that his name, Mike McDaniels or McDonald?
Mike McDaniels. Yeah.
He'll be a really good OC for somebody midway through the year. He's not lasting, and I feel bad for Dolphins fans because I think most of them didn't want them to re-sign Tua. They re-signed Tua. They now face the consequences of re-signing Tua,
Yeah.
and now have to look for Tua's replacement in this upcoming draft. So I pity them. I have pity for them.
I think I have my first of like the hand up. You know, I was right on the Patriots low key, and my first like of the division of what we've gone through so far, aside from the Ravens. But like, I think everyone was kind of in that boat.
Yeah.
I thought the Jets, when we did our like preview, I thought they would be competitive. I look like a fool. I look like a
I,
fool.
I think I think I agreed with you there on that. And they have the makings to be like a hard team to beat.
Yeah, I thought because I said Bills win the division, Patriots second, but in the playoffs, and then Jets third with like 6, 7 wins. I remember doing that on the preview also, and then the Dolphins being really bad, which the Dolphins are really bad, but somehow the Jets are worse. Which, so I actually kind of two hits in that division and one really bad miss. Um, I just don't know how they're that poverty on the bottom of that division. That's so bad.
Yeah.
Um,
I I mean they're not gonna. I mean with Fields at quarterback, I get that they're trying to find something out of nothing. Like it's kind of like the Baker Mayfield Buccaneers signing, but I just I don't know. I think their roster still lacks a lot of. I mean, they have a good defense ish. I mean, they've kind of
ish,
got
like Sauce
the,
is not the
they have
same.
good they have good
Sauce ain't good,
pieces.
man. Sorry.
Okay, relax. I'm pretty sure Sauce is like a top 5 corner this year. Just ignore the Stingley merchant on the other side of this podcast. He's actually somebody. I'll spoil it. I think the Rams should, if they could get him for a singular first, I would do it in a heartbeat. The
I do
Rams need a
like
guy like him.
Sauce in a better environment. I think he'd be better. It's just
And bless you. I think he
oh,
deserves to be
thank
on a
you.
better team. Bless you or bless me.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, he's still good for sure. And they just, I don't know what it is. I thought Aaron Glenn would really be a culture instiller. That
Who
was
have
kind
they
of his
lost to this year? I know the Steelers game week 1. They got skunked by
They
the
looked good in that game. I kind of thought
yeah.
like I was right there, and then they got killed by the Cowboys this week. What are their other games?
I'm trying to find it right now.
They lost to Bills. That's fine. I can live with that.
They lost to the Bucks. That was a close game.
That was
They lost by
close.
2, and then they lost by 6 to the Dolphins. I mean, they should beat the Dolphins.
Maybe they should have one win in there. I don't know.
I will say this is a
The
decently
Bucks
hard
game being kind of
schedule.
close, and the Steelers game, I don't know. Maybe
Steelers,
they're
Bucks, Dolphins, like they're within a possession. So
yeah. I think that's a tough part with the NFL. Like we're talking about them, they're 0-5, but like they've been competitive, so I'm kind of right, but like I'm not because they're
yeah.
0-5. So like you can't really defend it. Let's go AFC West. I actually don't know who are Chargers still first.
I think so because of the tiebreaker over the Broncos.
Yep. So Chargers 3-2, Broncos 3-2, Chiefs 2-3, Raiders 1-4. This is another one with a couple whiffs. I thought the Raiders were going to be more competitive.
Same here.
They ain't good. Geno is really bad.
Horrible.
Horrible. I don't get it. You I'll give you complete credit. You sold Geno Smith stock. I remember last year I was like, he's kind of decent, like low key. Yeah, no, he ain't good.
I thought he'd be better in the Raiders offense because Pete Carroll, I think it was Pete Carroll who wanted him
Yep.
back in Seattle, right? When they that one meme where it's like, we changed his broke ass life. Like
Yeah.
they saved his career. And I thought he'd be at least decent. He's trying to do way too much, dude. And it's
crazy.
yeah.
It's
And credit the
crazy. I've
Seahawks
watched a lot
for
of their games because I watch, Genti obviously.
yeah.
And he's bad.
Yeah,
He's
and the defense too. Like I saw some statistic from a Raiders fan online that was like they're dropping edge rushers like Max Crosby into coverage at like a pretty poor rate, and they're lining up Crosby in spots that he's never lined up before or doesn't usually line up in. And it's like if you're taking your best player out of his best, I guess, statistical situation or advantage, like they're moving him further outside when he's better, like in the I think it was the 3 or 5 gap as opposed to the 7 or the 9. Like he's just not being put in good positions, and the defense overall doesn't have talent. It just in general, like I don't really think
Yeah.
that they have anybody decent.
Besides Crosby, of course, he's been balling.
Yeah,
But
no, yeah, absolutely. And I mean, maybe he gets pissed with them, maybe after this year, but I don't see them jumping. I don't see him bailing during the season. I think that's more of an off-season thing because he
yeah,
did just get paid recently. But I can't wait till Genty's a Ram.
I'd be
That's
so
easy
over
money.
it.
Easy
He
money.
looks phenomenal, man. Like he
Yeah,
just has nothing.
to help
It's
him.
tough for a running back. I'm not making excuses for him, but like it's tough when you don't really have help.
And they've mismanaged
And
Bowers
he's
so
still been
bad.
playing. Yeah,
Yeah,
Bowers. Yeah, it's just a mess all around.
the O line stuff because they pulled the center from they drafted the center from Oregon last year. He had a decent season at center, and then they were like, okay, you're going to play guard now in your second year, and it's just like, what are you doing? Like, why would you move him off of his natural position? I don't. It's coaching malpractice. Pete Carroll is a moron. I'll leave
Yeah,
it at that.
I love like my other hot take that you pushed back. I remember you pushed back slightly, but you were like, I can see it. I love what I'm seeing from Denver right now. They're still my division pick. We're we're rocking with Denver, man. How about that Philly win?
That
Unreal.
was a good win, dude. That's like a signature win throughout the course of the year. I mean, dude, Philly should be 2-3, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
It's an impressive win to go into the link and beat the team, especially in a close game like that.
Down 17-3 as well at
Yeah,
half.
like that's.
I wait, maybe not at half, but at some point,
I think
third quarter, they were down 17
yeah,
to 3.
yeah, it was deep in the game. So I mean, credit to them. Bonix, solid, just solid play. Cortland Sutton just straight owned. Who's that loser? Mitchell. He
Yeah.
just straight bodied him the whole day. That was enjoyable to watch. And I like their two-headed monster they're kind of getting through. I'm surprised that Dobbins is a lead back, but at the same time, I guess I'm not really surprised because he's kind of deserving. I mean, last year he had a really good year with the Chargers, so I can see why they lean into him. I thought Harvey was going to get some more snaps in general. But I mean, that defense is. I think. I think
Yeah.
if we put the Texans at 1, dude, the Broncos aren't far off at 2. Like
Absolutely. It's them, and then there's a
they
little
got
bit of a
some
clip, I
they
think.
got some. I mean, Benito is top
He's having a
3,
record pace year right now.
and they don't even have Greenlaw playing. That's like the craziest part. They're doing all this without arguably their best off-ball linebacker, if you will, and
Yeah.
I'll shit on the Rams even more, dude. Could have had Jade Barron.
For sure.
Could have tried getting a corner, but nope. Now they have Jade, Sertan, Hufanga, Skinner.
Different.
It's straight monsters out there, dude. And
Those two defenses are like those are, and this is I'm sorry, this is going to sound like a really biased take, but I just think it's true. If you have the Texans defense and the Broncos defense on your schedule, like that's like a look ahead, a week out, 2 weeks out, you're like, damn, that that's it's just tough sledding. And the Broncos should have beat the Colts. The Chargers won. I know the Broncos had a lead, but that's a tough divisional game. I'm willing to like the Chargers are a good team. I'm okay with that. They obviously have more injuries now than they did when they played, so like that's a fine loss. But the Colts won. I mean, they literally they missed the field goal to win. The Colts did, and there was a flag. So like literally Broncos should have won the game. The flag was the right call, but you know what I mean. Still.
shit, the Eagles got. Never mind. Never mind.
So I'm loving what I'm seeing from Denver. We'll skip over the Chargers just because their issues are obvious. It's just injury riddled. Unless you have something you really want to hit on with the Chargers.
Yeah.
I just want to talk about the Chiefs a little bit more, but
Just, I'm never wrong about the Chargers. That's all I'm going to say. I don't care that there's injuries. Every team plays with injuries. It is what it is.
100%.
And this is falls on I think his name's Hortitz, the GM. This is a organizational failure top to bottom, from the Spanos family moving them to LA to the GM only signing one offensive lineman when they only had two good like Alt and Slater, amazing tackle duo. The entire interior of that offensive line is the worst in the league. Worst in the league.
And then you might argue, but
dude, I think you and I could get some pass rushes off against the interior of that D line. That's how bad it is, dude. And then not investing in serious weapons. Keenan Allen was your biggest offseason acquisition, besides the pirate that they signed at running back who blew out his eye. Like I don't know. And then Hampton, I never understood that pick. I'm victory lapping. I'm sorry.
That's Rams fair. No, I can't argue with that.
Rams will save Herbert in a couple years. Everyone, don't worry.
He's so good, man. It's sad for me to see right now, but
2 firsts will get it done. That defense is a bunch of frauds. Let's talk about the Chiefs real quick.
Yeah.
Top or bottom of the 6th, tied game. Who are you taking in the Yankees?
Bottom of the 6th, like after bottom 6 is what you're saying?
Like, as of right now, I was looking at the money line for the Blue Jays, and I'm like, there's no way the Yankees aren't clutch.
I think this is sports aren't rigged, but like the gods. I'm a Christian, promise. This is not a, blasphemous. I just, sports gods are a thing. Just whatever. I think the Yankees are going to get this one done. Pains me to say, but that's why I didn't bet them. I told you that too before the game. Like I was like, I'm staying away. I took Mariners, but
they've given up a couple in the 9th now. It's 8-4.
Yeah.
Chiefs though.
Yeah. I think there are things about the Chiefs right now that I'm really liking as the Chiefs guy, and things I'm really not liking. I did miss the game last night for the most part. Saw a couple clips, but I love the offense right now. When Rasheed gets back, and if they make a move to get a better running back, Mahomes is playing at an MVP level right now, and I don't want to hear anything else. I know he had a bad pick 6. I'm not gonna. I just think that was a 50-50 play. It's really tough. Like, that was a mistake that Mahomes does not make 100%. It's a bad read. At the same time, when you have a linebacker that fake blitzes and goes out quick enough, that's tough. It's just tough. It looks wide open when Mahomes is making that throw. And so again, I'm not gonna. Lloyd made a heck of a play. So I think it's a 50-50 Mahomes Lloyd heck of a play situation there. That in the game a lot, but
most of the time that's really not a pick 6.
Sound offensively. Like, that Jaguars defense has been pretty dang good, to say the least. Jazz might have just gone yard.
Spoiling again, man.
Sorry. We gotta get you on my YouTube TV or something, so I don't keep doing that. I think I'm scared. Like, the problem I'm having with KC right now, and we talked about this a little bit over text, the defense, KC's had a good defense like the last 3 years in their run, and they look a little bit vulnerable right now.
Smoked that ball. Holy shit.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I love what I'm seeing out of the offense, but I love seeing good defenses, and that's why I always push back against the Bills, because, and I didn't hint on this as much when we went over it, but Bills' defense is very vulnerable right now, and so is the Chiefs, and that definitely scares me a little bit. I trust Spagnuolo 100%, but I don't know. I'm very mixed about him.
Yeah, I think it stems back to, and the Chiefs' philosophy for a while was you pay, and the Rams followed this, I've talked about it before on the pod, you pay one guy on the defense, and you draft everybody to surround him. Like, you use valuable picks to get good quality defenders straight out of the draft, and that allows your offense to be expensive and to really dominate that side of the ball financially. They
Yeah.
paid Karlaftis and they paid Nick Bolton, which are two players I think that they could have easily let go and developed
I might
alternatives in
push
the
back on
aggregate.
Bolton a little bit. I really like
Okay,
Bolton.
Bolton,
Karlaftis,
Karlaftis
maybe.
is terrible, dude. I
I'm kind of with
genuinely,
you on Karlaftis, but
but
Bolton's good. I think.
okay,
I
but
don't know.
is Bolton a top five linebacker in the league to you?
He's in the conversation, just
I,
to make it short.
Warner, Bond, Lloyd, Roquan. I mean, I think Nate Landman's had a better year than fucking
And I'm
what's the
okay
dude's
with
name?
that. I also, if we're gonna name those guys, like we gotta take some, like, because if we would have a completely different list of like top five running backs, top five receivers, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we were going off current year production and play, um, like Amika, who we'll get into the Bucks later, very fascinating takes there coming, but he would be like a top five receiver right now, I think. Like if we're doing
Oh,
top five,
yeah, no,
you see what I'm saying?
I do think he is top five right now.
Fair enough.
Based on how the year's gone, I don't think you can say that there's five receivers better than Emeka
Yeah,
Egbuka.
I guess I think you have to incorporate that, and that's been my Mahomes argument forever. Like he has not had the stats to back up his pedigree over the last couple years until this year, but he's the best quarterback in football. Like you can't really change my mind.
No, I agree. I mean, Bolton year to year is productive, but paying. My issue is that they committed. Let me get the numbers because I I want to say that he's getting 15 million a year, dude.
That seems right.
3 for 45. So you're paying him 15 a year. George Karlaftis contract, and they paid Karlaftis 4 for 90. I mean, that's obviously the more egregious one, but I don't think that many teams can survive paying a linebacker who's not a guaranteed Fred Warner Roquan type 15
Yeah.
million per year because they neglected their secondary. Like they draft late on they'll draft one player in the secondary really high like they've done with McDuffie, and then I think a few years back Snead was a relatively higher pick, but then
Yeah.
they fill out the rest of the rest of the secondary with a bunch of guys from like the 4th to 7th round, and it's like that's the Rams special is picking up dog shit players to play secondary, and it's like you could spend and go get a quality player. Like they could have brought back Charvarius Ward, they could have brought in DJ Reed, like they could have brought
For
in
sure.
somebody, and I think that would have benefited them a lot, especially yesterday because that dude lost in the game on. He lost them on the 3rd and 7 to Brian Thomas at the corner of the field, and then in the end zone to Brian Thomas again. Like those are plays that I don't think most other corners are giving up. I mean, the ball went right past his hand on the 3rd and 7, and then he didn't even turn his head around. Number 27 didn't turn his head around on
Yeah.
Brian Thomas. It was from like 6 yards out, and the Chiefs had him in positions to win the game, but like you didn't see Karlaftis making plays yesterday, and you're paying him I mean, over 20 million a year, dude. You're paying him is it 20 almost 20 like 23 million a year, and he's just non-existent. Maybe I'm totally tripping on Chiefs fandom, but like
I don't think you're crazy. I just think this is something that's worked for them. And so if this is the first year that it doesn't, maybe they'll have to change it up in the off season. But like this has been their recipe essentially for for their, dynasty run here the last 4 years.
but
So like I'm
the
with you.
the recipe is
Really
not paying guys besides Chris Jones. Like they didn't sign their second best defender in Snead because he wanted a decent bag, and he only got like he was. I mean, what is it? Four
And they
for
made the
75.
Super Bowl though. They made the Super Bowl last year. I
No,
mean,
yeah, I agree, but usually they let their players leave after, and then they replenish in the draft, and they replenish through
I see.
free agency, like switching out smaller additions. Like I know Tyrann Mathieu, when he
Yeah.
was still playing well, they had him
he was
along with
there
Chris
for a little
Jones,
bit.
right? Like, I just that's and granted, I'll take a little bit back on the Nick Bolton thing because I do think he's a top 10 linebacker, but you're
Yeah.
committing $40 million outside of Chris Jones to two guys on the defense, or I think that could have been allocated into three or four players that make up the same amount of production, I would
Yeah,
say.
I can't argue with that. I don't think that's crazy.
But that's been their thing. Like outside of the Rams having the cheapest defense the last 2 years, I think the Chiefs have been right there with them. Like that's that's the part that confuses me is they've gone away from this philosophy that they've ran with. I mean, not to blame their whole season on Karlaftis and Nick
Yeah.
Bolton. Like it's just a change in philosophy, and I think that it hasn't helped them. But like you said, running back is an absolute need. They still don't have. I mean, Rasheed Rice is probably their one, and
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people. He does play like Puka. He's
Yeah.
like a more
That's actually a
athletic,
good comp. Yeah,
right?
because he's an over the middle guy for sure.
And he's a
it's
rack
the
demon.
15-yard, 20-yard, like, kind of in post routes.
He's
that
a
really-
monster,
yeah.
and he's got
I
top 10
want to
potential.
move only because we did 45 minutes on the AFC, so we got like 30 on the
Yeah, no,
NFC.
I got you.
Sorry, that's your conference.
These
But
will be
we'll
real
make
quick.
it happen.
Yeah,
So let's start. NFC North is pretty interesting. I think this is another hand up moment for me. I think I was wrong on Detroit a little bit, for sure. They look really, really good right now. Granted, now I'm not writing off my Packers pick necessarily either, but the Lions, I did not think they were going to look good, like really whatsoever. I thought they'd be like I might push back on that a little bit. I thought they'd be a 9-win team. I think that's what I said, and they clearly are not a 9-win team. They're looking for 10 or 11, maybe more, and like competing for the division, and the conference as well, potentially. So I still like the Pack too. We didn't see them. They had a bye week, so we'll kind of see. They had our last Packers game was the wild tie game.
yeah.
Sunday Night Football. Like I don't know. I still believe in them. I think that was kind of a weird fluke game. Dak's playing at MVP level right now, so whatever. Well, I'm gonna let that one go.
I don't really have much to offer.
Um,
Oh, Yankees scored again. Yeah, Yankees
I
scored
didn't
again.
spoil it for you.
Thank you. Oh, nope. You got him out. Oh, they got him out. I don't think that was out. I think he's safe.
They got,
Um,
they got one.
yeah, but I don't know. I mean, the Bears and the Vikings, we can kind of just write them off. Like, I mean, maybe the Vikings make a push, but I don't really know what's going on there with the quarterbacks and when McCarthy's going to be back, / if they're even going to play him over Wentz when he comes back. I think
doubt it.
Bears already lost Jalen Johnson for the year, I think, and I don't know. Their linebackers are not. I don't find their linebackers very good. Secondary is not amazing, although Byard had a good game a couple weeks ago. D-line, I don't know. Montez Sweat should not be your best pass rusher, and they paid him like a premium pass rusher, which was questionable in the moment and questionable even now. I mean, it's going to come down to Packers-Lions. I still think the Lions will take it. Packers defense looked terrible against the Cowboys, which was bizarre because there's no
Okay.
CeeDee Lamb. Like, that was a head-scratcher to me. And I honestly think that they're lucky with the way the game went, that there was a tie. I think the Packers probably should have lost that game.
Well, the clock management at the end, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I just that one Jordan Love play where I think it was 1 second left, right, when he
Yeah,
threw
that's
it.
one. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they should have lost that game, for sure.
Yeah, and that's low-key sad, mismanaging a game against the Cowboys. Like when you
Yeah.
put it in a scope, I mean, it's not Jason Garrett, it's not Mike McCarthy. Like Schottenheimer, I respect him, but like it's the Cowboys and they're depleted. Like they don't have their best player on the field, arguably.
Yeah.
A little crazy to me, but I think that'll be the best division race because I think they're two heavyweights. Like last year, like the Vikings were good, but like I think people kind of knew that the Vikings weren't serious like the Lions were, and the Lions were doing that with a 14-man defense on IR. Like it's going to be a good division
They were
race.
kind of the Colts last year. I think it's kind
Yeah.
of the comp slightly. We'll see how the Colts end up, but if the Colts win 14 games, people are going to look at them the same as the Cowboys. It's just like, okay, that was a cool year. Like, let's see what you got.
Yeah. So I think that'll be a good division race. Um, yeah. I have nothing else to say. That I think that I mean the maybe the Lions make a push for Hendrickson. That could be something. I don't see it happening, but
I don't think they'd pay too. You'd be essentially implementing the Texans model with Will Anderson, who's on a rookie deal, and Danielle Hunter, with two guys that are high paid and a high paid offense. So that would surprise me, but I like the fit. The football fits there. I just
yeah.
I don't. They'd have to do some serious, probably restructuring. We know how the NFL cap works. It's a whole nother hour video we could do.
Yeah.
You can restructure with void years and make it work, but it would still be a lot to figure out.
Yeah.
I do want to add just really quick, and then we'll move on. The Bears. I don't know if I was right or wrong on them. They've just kind of been a little weird to start
It's
the year.
such a weird team.
It's so weird. Like I still see the upside, but I don't know.
I think
I don't know.
I think they need like next year will be the year. I still think that they are missing some. Like Rome Odunze is clearly the wide receiver one. I think
He looks
got to
really good right now.
they got to
He looks
figure out a way to unload DJ Moore and get like a different wide receiver there. And then drafting Loveland over Warren, dude, they got way too cute pulling that stunt. They don't have a real running back, like, and the defense has some gaps in it. Like I think they need to fill out. Like they addressed the O-line, and from what I've seen, it looks better than last year, but I don't think that they're fully there yet at their peak.
Yeah, I think that's valid. Let's go NFC South here. I want to
Bucks.
give you a take right now. I want to give you a take. This is a TV and podcast take I've heard going around.
I'm
So
curious.
Baker has obviously looked really good. The Bucks
MVP.
have a very weak end to the schedule. I just want to get you the number here. Hold on, I'm looking it up. How do you feel about Baker MVP at 10-1 plus 950?
Who's ahead of him? Josh.
Allen is plus 135 and Mahomes
Mahomes.
is plus 470.
Dude,
It's just
Baker.
very interesting because
Baker's the one
they
dude
could
that-
get the one seed very easily
He's
right now.
He's for sure. He's for sure the MVP. It's him or Stafford. There's no interplay. Like, I'll give it to Baker. They have a better record. They have better quality wins on their, in their schedule. Like the Seahawks win was a very good win for them. And they didn't have Mike Evans. Chris Godwin has 1.5 legs. Like they don't have
Yeah.
Jalen McMillan, and
Or Bucky.
Bucky was out.
Yeah.
Like, and they lost, I think, someone on the defense. I want to say from Pittsburgh. I'm pretty sure they lost him for the year. I don't think it's Yaya Diaby. I think it's the kid they drafted out of Pittsburgh. I don't know. I think they lost someone on defense. I'm not sold on their defense, but I
I'm
do
not
think
either.
that.
That scares me a little bit.
But I mean, when their offense is clicking, I mean they have a good offensive line. I think for the most part. I think they were missing some guys too against Seattle, but Mike Evans,
That Seattle game
Aguka,
really impressed me a lot.
dude.
I had Seattle winning that game, no question, and
Hey.
they really played well.
I'm never wrong. Just early.
Let me give you the rest of the schedule just to really quick, and then we can hit on maybe the Falcons. So they host the Niners, and then they
When?
go to Detroit.
Oh.
Okay, those are two tough games. Then here we go: Saints, Patriots, Bills.
Oh, Patriots.
Okay. There's a couple tough games that just wait. I know what December looks like. So Patriots, Bills, Rams, and then Cardinals, Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Dolphins, Panthers. They end the season so easy. I
They-
mean,
They should win every division game this year. Like it shouldn't be close. Maybe the Falcons, but like
the Falcons are I like the Falcons. I think
They play 'em
have
well.
that weird stinker game against Carolina for sure. But like I like Atlanta a lot. I really do.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. The Lions game, I don't think they'll beat the Lions, although I think they beat them last year or the year before in
They beat
week
him in the
two or
playoffs, didn't they?
no, no, no. I
Two
think
years ago? 2 years
no.
ago.
No, they
Wait,
they
am I
beat
tripping?
the no, because the
Oh no,
the
you're right.
Lions
You're
lost
right.
to the
You're right.
Niners. It was
Yeah, you're
Rams,
right.
Bucks, Niners.
Yeah.
Um, I mean they're going to win their division. I think that was one of the people in my parlay. I I don't know if they beat the. I think they beat the Bills. I don't think they beat the Lions. The Rams game will be interesting.
For sure.
They probably beat the Rams, if I'm being frank. The Niners game next week could be interesting because I don't know. I don't think they'll lose more than 5 games. So at
Yeah.
minimum 12-5, if
I think
not
that's kind of my point. Like if
13
they're able
4.
to win the games they're supposed to and get the 1 seed, like
I don't think they'll get the one. I still think Philly or Detroit
interesting.
are going to get the one. But I mean,
Interesting.
I still think that I don't think that their defense is championship caliber, but their offense is probably top 3 in the league right now. I mean,
Yeah,
like
I
Buka
would
is
agree. Yeah.
frying people left and right.
Yeah.
That kid is insane. He's literally a clone of JSN. Like it's uncanny.
Yeah,
It's
I'm really this from a betting perspective. I said for like 2 years, like when Ibuka comes out, this guy's different. Unfortunately, he had to come out with another running back that I really like. Like these were like my 2 college guys, and I really wish I got on the rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year train. And placed a bet with him. Obviously, it is what it is, hindsight. Also, I do think having some injuries at wide receiver, like, not that it, bails him out or anything. He's obviously produced at a crazy level. But
yeah,
if
opportunity.
they had Evans and Godwin healthy, I do think he might get less of the targets
And McMillan, people forget he was catching balls last year, and he was. I mean, they have 4 at minimum. Like if McMillan is your floor and he's like an average to like slightly above average receiver, they could afford. I mean, Mike Evans is always banged up, but like they don't need to bring back Godwin. I honestly think Emeka might be their best receiver right now, and it's not
And
crazy to
low-key,
say.
I just want to really throw this in. This is a
Mike
homer
Evans
take.
under 1,000 yards.
Go Ducks. Tez Johnson, low-key cooking in Seattle.
Yeah.
A little bit. He had a couple
Oh.
catches.
No, that's the thing. They have a guy. They have like a gadget kind of guy as their 5th receiver. They have 2 good running backs. One is a little bit more elite, I would say, in Bucky. But
Tez had 4 for 59, man. I did not see that coming. I love Tez,
They
my
got-
guy, but like, wow.
they're doing an air raid offense, dude. It's just bombs, and Baker doesn't miss. Like it's
No,
hilarious. And shout out him, former Ram. I
100%.
wish the best for them. If out of the NFC, if the Rams don't make it, I for sure will be rooting for Baker and company because
100%.
and everyone. Okay, this is the one thing that's pissed me off, dude. Is everyone's like turning on Baker now because they're like, oh, like he talks all this shit, like oh he's a cocky bastard. Like, then shut him up. Like if you can't beat him, then shut up. Like he's cocky because he's playing at an MVP level. Like that's how Baker's been his whole career, and like he was slighted when he was in Carolina playing
Yeah.
the reps, like the defensive team scout reps, like they embarrassed him, and it's cool to see. I don't know why people are turning on him now that he has success. That's probably the reason why.
So
But
stupid. Who's turning on him? Maybe
That's-
it's Twitter. You're on Twitter, so
I don't know. I mean, Browns fans I've been seeing they're just butthurt and miserable. I
Browns
understand.
fans I can get behind. I was going to say that. That's the one fan base. I'm like, if you hate Baker, I'm okay with the Browns
But
doing it.
But he
every other
played through
fan
an
base-
injury for them. Like
Yeah.
he literally gave, and they smoked the Steelers that one year. Like there was
In the
promise
playoffs,
there
yeah.
if they just stuck it out. Like I don't know. I've seen just like random fan bases being like, oh, Baker's corny because he does this whole like savage gimmick, and it's like it's not a gimmick, dude. He is a savage. Like
No, he's built different.
Yeah.
He's the like
he's a monster, dude.
he's the psycho. Like this is the thing with the NFL. Like all these guys are psychos, honestly.
Yeah,
But like Stafford, I'm just throwing in Stafford because he's got some of the gamer in him that Baker does. Like these guys are so competitive. Like, I mean, Baker literally, smelling salts before the game-winning drive against Houston. Like,
yeah.
jeez, man, he's different. These guys are different. Um, let's move to the NFC West. Um, I'll let you start on this one. I'm right here. I'm just gonna get some water real quick, but
Yeah.
I hear you. So
Yeah.
go crazy on NFC.
I don't think that the Rams are going to win the division anymore. It's kind of sealed after they lost that first Niners game because you have to take 5 now out of the division, and I don't know if they beat the Niners again or if they beat the Niners later this season. And then between the Seahawks and the Cardinals, those 4 games, I feel like they drop 1. So at best, you're 3-3, maybe 4-2. I just don't see them winning a lot of division games. I still think that they have chances to make the playoffs as a wild card team, but I thought this was going to be the year where they went all in on the regular season and really pushed for a top 2 or 3 seed because the last 2 years now they've gone on the road and had to like fight essentially. I mean, last year they should have had a home game against the Vikings, but like it was essentially a road game in the sense that it wasn't in SoFi, and then on top of that, the year before they had to go to Detroit, and it's like I wish they would get out ahead of their schedule. Like they should be 5-0, and special teams has just killed them, and it's kind of the one thing
Really frustrating. Really frustrating.
like it'd be different if it was like, you know, they're not executing on offense, the O line looks bad, or the D line didn't figure out the run, but like the Rams are the only team in the league this year, and this is low key. I mean, maybe this isn't crazy, but like from last year to this year, it's crazy because they're the only team this year through 5 weeks that haven't allowed a 20-yard rush. It's like nobody's breaking off chunks. Like they shut down McCaffrey, they shut down Jonathan Taylor, they shut down Saquon, but then it's your
stat actually.
But your secondary is letting you down. Like Witherspoon is the cornerback 1, and he went out week 1 against the Texans, and they just haven't supplemented. Like kind of like the Chiefs I mentioned earlier, they don't draft corners high, and they just kind of roll with whoever's available, and they need to stop. And that's why I want them to go get Sauce, because I want someone like in the Super Bowl year when they just put Ramsey on a guy and they're like, okay, this side of the field is taken care of, like don't need to worry about it kind of thing. That's what they're missing from this defense because, I mean, I think the D-line is top 5 at least. I don't know. They kind of got pushed around by the Niners, which really upset me because they should have killed Mac Jones back there.
Well,
That's
they
not
did, but
like they got on him, but they weren't getting pressure at a good enough rate against Mac Jones to really influence the game. And granted, they were good in the run game. Like they allowed it was like 2.6 yards a rush against Christian McCaffrey, which is, you take that every day of the week, right? Like under 3 yards to CMC, that's impeccable. But you get diced up by Mac Jones, 320 in the air. Kendrick Bourne has 120. CMC looks like prime Alvin Kamara coming out of the backfield. Like it's just a mess outside of the front 7, essentially. Niners, I think are serious. I think I had them either first or second in the division when we predicted it, and I'm not enjoying. Yeah, I'm not enjoying being right about it, but I mean, they had the last place record from last year. They're playing a bunch of cans like the Bucks are, and they're taking advantage of their record. Like they could easily be 5-0 if they didn't fumble away the game against the Jags. Like I don't know. I'm not taking them lightly. I still don't think that they beat the Lions in Detroit or Philly in Philadelphia. Because I mean, Mac Jones has looked better than Brock Purdy this year, so I don't know. Maybe this is like another thing where Purdy took over for Garoppolo midseason. Like maybe they make a move, which would be hilarious, considering they just paid Purdy $53 million a year. Seattle, I think, have a good defense, but people are saying it's the best in the league. Get that shit out of here. They just got skunked by the Bucks. Without Bucky.
And really before too. They're a good defense, but they're not.
They're top 10.
Have definitely not quite met my expectations, at least.
Hey, never wrong, just early. Yeah. And then the Cardinals, no need to talk about them. They just need to blow it up. Kyler
Yeah.
Murray's not Kyler Murray's not winning them games, and I get DeMercado if he scores that touchdown, they win the game. Like they
Actually,
put
such
away
an
the Titans.
insane turn, man. Like,
Yeah, but I mean, even then, you still
ridiculous.
it's not like they never got the ball back after, right? Because the Titans went down and scored, I think, after the fumble when they got the
Yeah.
ball back. But like, you got to put together a better drive than what they put together, and it's like you can use like the talent excuse, but like they have an All-Pro center, like they have a decent O line. Marvin Harrison's looked good. Trey McBride's excellent, and I get James Conner's out for the year, and they didn't really have a great running back behind Benson or Connor, but like you got to finish that game. I don't know how their secondary looked because I know they got banged up week 2, but like you invested this money into the defense, and then the Titans march down the field and do that to you. Like
Yeah.
it's just kind of like it's sad, and I feel bad for Cardinals fans. But
I just think
it
they
is what
need
it
a
is.
new, like, I
I mean,
like Kyler. I'm
the
kind of
owner is
always
bad.
him to a point, but I think they just need like an overhaul. Like, get Kyler somewhere else. Let him start fresh. Let the organization kind of start fresh. Because it just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't figure it out because I didn't like, I wasn't outlandish with my Cardinals prediction by any means, but I just thought they'd be better. Just
Yeah,
straight up.
I mean, 2-3 for them is I pretty on par. I mean, usually they start the seasons better and then they fizzle out. That was like the Kingsbury era. Loki don't even really want to waste time on the Cardinals. They're just
Yeah,
sitting
I
in
don't
mid.
either.
I will say, Will Johnson, Buda Baker, feel for the guys that are playing well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Isn't Calais back there too? Or am I?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he won them the Panthers game too, which is pretty funny.
Yeah. I'll go
They
real
should
quick. We just got
blow
to
it up.
get to the we got to get to the NFC East as well. I think the Rams. I always keep it a buck with the teams I root for, and just if it's Oregon going into Penn State, I'm not scared to pick Penn State. Whatever. I keep it real. That Niners game was pretty concerning for me with the Rams, and I'm not gonna go global here, but I thought it would be a weird game. I remember I was like, I'm not gonna take -8.5. That's insane. But I did not think they would lose, and just the way that game went, it was very fluky. Like we talked about it already. We don't need to do a complete deep dive on that game, but like can't let Mac Jones do that. I don't care if it's Kyle Shanahan and C Mac, and I mean Kendrick Bourne was making way too many plays. Like, I don't know. I'm not selling my Rams stock necessarily, but
I mean,
in terms of like the division race, that game could really, really, really matter in the end. Like, I'm still a guy who thinks the Rams can contend, absolutely, but it just puts more pressure on the rest of the year when you drop a game like that.
I mean, they already lost. In my head, they already lost the division. That was like the deciding game because I think that dictated a lot. But McVay only plays. He only calls plays like that specifically against the Niners, and that's what's so frustrating because he doesn't play like that against any other team where he just drops everybody. I mean, they do play a lot of zone, but like they're just far back. Like they're 10 yards back of Kendrick Bourne. Like make him beat you.
Yeah.
Like they play the Niners terribly. But then again, I will defend them. They're 2 plays away, a Kyron fumble and a missed Cardi
Absolutely.
kick in the Eagles game from
Yeah.
being 5-0, and the whole narrative is, so I
Yeah.
still think that they're the best team in the division. It's just they're not clicking, and maybe they just won't click, and they're just going to be a bad team. But once they click,
well, the offense, I still think the Rams are a good team. And the offense was fine to me for the most part. Like, Kyron fumble, whatever. We can go back and forth on that. The 4th down call, we can go back and forth on that. We already did that. Like, we did that for 10 minutes. But, like, offensively, they clicked that game for sure. That second half, they were really moving. But the defense, if you're given up. If you're going to overtime with Mac Jones, I think it was 23-23 going into OT. I believe that's right.
Yeah.
That's not good. I think it's the secondary. You kind of hinted at it as well from like a detailed perspective, but you're playing too far back. I don't know. I still believe in the Rams defense. I know what they're capable of, but it's just going to be uphill now. Like, that's kind of the reality. The Niners are not better than the Rams, but they somehow won that game, so it is what it is. NFC East, kind of the shortest for last, which is probably good. My comment here would be I think the Commanders, I don't remember exactly what I predicted. I'm pretty sure it was Eagles, Commanders, Giants, Cowboys. I could be wrong on that. But the Eagles look vulnerable, and the Commanders are they did get a good win, and I did pick them to win that Charger game, but I wasn't super impressed by Jaden either. I think they've just regressed slightly. Their Monday night game against Chicago is going to be huge. If Jaden Daniels, can put up 28 plus in that offense, I'd feel against a vulnerable defense like Chicago's, I'd feel a little bit better about the Commanders going into the rest of the year. But it looks like it's Philly's division. Cowboys and Giants aren't going to be up there at the end. And I don't think the Commanders are going to have it. They might sneak a wild card and be like a 9-win team and get in, but I'm not really buying them. So
Yeah. The one thing that's kind of confused me is the Bengals needed a quarterback, and the Giants have 3, and they decided, hey, we're just going to hold Winston and Russell Wilson, even though we're going to start Dart, who I don't think is going to be very good, nor has he shown. Like, through 2 weeks, he hasn't shown much, if at all. They kind of lucked into the Chargers game.
Big time.
Big time. And then they just got waxed by the Saints. So I still think, Dexter Lawrence, I don't know if teams are going to be able to call. The Niners are the team that I think are interested in a Jeffrey Simmons, Hendrickson, Dexter Lawrence, because I think that they're kind of like a piece away. I thought Toronto just hit a bomb. They did not. Yeah, I don't know. Eagles are going to win the division. There's no one in the division contending with them for it. The Commanders' defense is still terrible, and they just didn't invest in their weapon. Like, Debo was their big acquisition besides Javon Kinlaw, and that's like over. He shouldn't even be in the league. Javon Kinlaw shouldn't be in the league.
Yeah.
Debo did look good against the Chargers, and that's allegedly, according to Chargers fans, a top 5 unit. So to do that against a decent defense. Yeah,
I'm good on that, brother.
Yeah. It's not a bad defense. I'll give them that. It's not like a bottom 10 defense. Like Darian Henley, Tarheeb Still, Derwin James, Tulip, the number 45 on their defense. They have solid players. They just don't have, I don't know, they don't have cohesiveness, and then it's hard. Never mind. I'm going in the Chargers. Eagles are going to win the division. The Eagles should have a worse record. They look beatable. I don't think that they're the best
team.
They're
like
in
the Chiefs of last year, man. To me,
getting all the ref calls.
Yeah,
looking beatable.
They get very lucky. I'm not.
Lions wax them. That's my take right now. The Lions, I think, are the best complete team in the NFL as it stands currently. That's my take through the first 5 weeks. I think if the playoffs started today, I think the Lions are my Super Bowl pick. Let's
end on this really quick, because this is, since we transitioned to the Lions real quick, Sunday Night Football is very interesting this Sunday. Lions in KC.
Lions.
We got a wager. We got wager potential.
Are the Lions dogs in the game? Because I remember it was. I don't know,
We're
Jim.
gonna get a Mahomes. I think I
When is Rice back? Is he back this week?
no, I don't think so. That would be
That would have made
wild
for a
though. If he was
masterclass
back
of a
this week,
game.
I would put a nuclear bet on the Chiefs.
What? Okay, so Lions are 2.5 point dogs.
Yeah.
I don't know, Jim. I don't know about that one, dude. I honestly think it should be at least even, if not Lions by a point and a half. Like, and we're recording this episode after the Chiefs game yesterday,
Yeah.
so you would think that the odds would be in favor of the Lions, but I guess I don't know enough about football and odds, but that just seems
No,
like
it's not true. It's just it
so
actually,
weird.
I heard a take on this, like, because someone was like, well, why didn't it move? Well, it's because the Chiefs, it just is more of a desperate spot for the Chiefs, essentially, is kind of what
And they are in
the Lions,
Kansas City.
yeah. It's going to be a wild game. I'm excited because it'll show me, that game will show me a lot.
Super Bowl
Either
preview.
whatever, yeah, it's very possible. Like whatever the outcome is, whether it's Detroit win or KC win, we're gonna learn, like, okay, is KC, can they play? Lions, can they play defense? If they do play really good defense against the Chiefs and the offense looks good, I'm very bought in on the Lions. That's my concern, honestly, is like the defensive side of the ball for them. I know it's a good unit, but like they just played Browning, so like let's see KC.
I agree, and this is kind of messed up to say, but they lost Terry and Arnold for an extended period of time, and he was hands down their worst defender. So now that they have, I think it's Reed and Rakestraw playing corner for them, and then they have probably the best secondary duo or safety duo, Branch and Joseph Hutchinson, and I mean, they have
Petrie and Bullock. Relax.
oh, I don't know, dude. I think Branch is second behind. I have Branch number 2 behind Hamilton. Like, he's just a different. Like, can play the nickel, plays a great safety, tackles, hits hard. Like, I don't know. He's the guy I wish the Rams drafted. I always wish that they drafted a safety like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Hutchinson looks good. The beef of their defense too, like the interior defensive line, like they just have so many dudes. The one thing, dude, and we said it last year, but I know what their one problem is, so I don't even need to say it. I just
For the Lions?
yeah, everyone
Yeah.
that's watching this knows. If you know ball, you know what the Lions' problem is. They're one something away from a guaranteed ring.
We saw week 1.
Yeah, hey, give me Brian Branch, give me Jameer Gibbs, give me the German receiver. I'll give you
Yeah.
Stafford back. I'll give you Stafford back if you give me your wide receiver 3, running back 1, and your best safety. I don't even need a draft pick. I'll even take Goff back as a favor.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm assuming that's what you inferred with the problem.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
When the going gets
we were
tough,
on the same page. Yeah.
yeah. When the going gets tough,
I thought without Ben Johnson, he would look a little more vulnerable, but they also, like, I might have been a little naive on their skill guys being, that's probably the best skill room in the league, I would argue. Tampa's up there, but they're not healthy.
yeah, I gotta go Lions.
Yeah.
Maybe Philly, but the running back
They don't
depth.
show up, though, so I don't know.
When they fire the OC and they hire Mike McDonald, that shit's gonna get crazy, dude. It's by week 11 it'll happen. Like they'll get rolling, but week 9 is when McDaniels will get fired, maybe even sooner. Like it's written in the stars, dude.
Yeah. The Lions, I will, like, really, like, my foot's kind of already down on that I was wrong on the Lions, but if they win in KC, yeah, I was very, very wrong, and I can take that, that take's gone.
NFC is much
I think
stronger.
KC against that secondary, with the way they're looking right now, like,
But you could flip that. the Lions against that secondary, shit. The
Well,
Lions against that defense,
I
dude.
don't disagree. I just don't know if the if
52-55, a final score.
if I keep it simple, and but this could be a clip, Mahomes over Goff. That's the game.
Oh,
GG's. It's over.
Mahomes over Goff, but the other 52 over the Chiefs 52.
I just don't know if it'll matter, but we'll see.
We'll see.
That was a great episode. Feel good about that. If I let it go anymore, I don't know if it'll upload and everything. So appreciate y'all if you made it to the end. This is a good one. Very due for the NFL deep dive. We'll try and get one more. And at some point before the games, I think maybe a little preview and then hit on some baseball. And I did want to, if we had time, I wanted to talk more about Penn State, UCLA. But
Jerry Neuheisel.
I can help that.
Nico's going to bless a franchise with his running. That's hot take.
He changed his life in one game. He could be mid for the rest of the year, and people would be like, "Well, look, I mean, he's a first round."
They had that win.
I don't know, Jim. First round. I don't know.
He's going to be a steal in the third or fourth round, I think, for a team. Just his running ability alone is insane, dude. He's a 6'6" Samoan Lamar Jackson out there.
Yeah. He was catching Penn State. I mean, I could not believe it. It was that's what I low-key picture when, if we were, football fans when, Vic was playing in college. That's what I picture. Lamar was doing that, too, at Louisville, low-key, but that game, it just looked different. It just looked different. Nico was gashing. I don't get it.
On critical downs, too. That was the first college football game I've watched, basically start to finish this year, and I was not disappointed. As a UCLA fan, I was not disappointed whatsoever. That was worth the investment of time.
And we got young Sean McVay there, I guess. Very interesting situation.
Couple years, he's blessing somebody's NFL franchise.
Yeah. So that was solid, man. Episode 21 in the books. Socials below. I don't know. I didn't get our records for pick'ems from last week, the combined record now. So you or me take care of that.
In the next one,
we'll go over that.
Yeah.
But those are always on the IG, and we're gonna get more stuff on there as well. So appreciate y'all. And later this week, lock it in.
Peace.